almost shifting. We got pizza, moving boxes, or else Checkers beats us. Life is rough here in the depths of space. If shit set comes a-knocking, we shoot them in the face. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. All right, I got another verse. I hear a boy coming right in my instant, and it just asks me why I blew them all away. But I feel so great now with sovereign Cargonia. Every round we stand our ground. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo.
Get back to work.
Hey, hey, who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking something up with meat. So make a food, baby. A shit the pant, maybe. We could make another cursing recipe. We got a hot pot of beans and an order to fill. And I know beach space ain't got any chill. So Italian soda pop and spicy for me. If you wanna learn good knobs and hang around and see, say, hey, who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking something up for thee? And eggplant.
Hello and welcome everybody to Doctor Who's Cooking, the St. Patrick's Day special. The special that happens every year because St. Patrick's Day happens every year. I've studied, and I think I have it down, so we are going to start off with a little something special. Everyone, please rise for the Irish National Anthem. This is royalty-free music, by the way. Sean with honey or on a queen. There we go. We are now significantly more Irish. I also have some epidemic sounds going on. Thank you, Epidemic Sounds, for the royalty-free Irish music. So, let's get cooking. Going to start off by getting my corned beef and cabbage ready. Also, what is it? Sláinte, or yeah, sláinte. Good Guinness. Also have some Tullamore Dew and Jameson Irish whiskey. Very good stuff. I will drink responsibly throughout this show. I am an adult and I know my limits. Let's wash my hands. But yes, if anyone was there at the beginning, that was indeed the Irish national anthem sung poorly in what I can only try and pass for Gaelic. The lore around the Irish national anthem, the Soldier Song, it was originally a rebel song from the time of, shall we say, a very troubled time in Irish history, when their fate was not their own. Many people have called for it to change now that current political doings are less hostile. Others say it is an important cultural touchstone. And don't you dare touch my history. Ireland is a beautiful nation, full of beautiful people who have historically gotten the very short end of the stick. So I will not disparage them, whatever they choose for their national anthem. A lovely nation full of lovely people just trying to get by. A pulled pork mac and cheese burrito. Ooh, that sounds good. Alrighty. So, into the pot you go. Rinse my hands again. Add the seasonings. And cover with water. covered with water. I woke up, I scheduled a doctor's appointment, I went shopping, and now I am cooking. There we go. I'm going to rinse this off. Because now it is time for the chopping.
Yep.
Grimos, did you hear me sing the Irish National Anthem? Let's get to our cabbages! My cabbages! After this, I am going to go over to my parents' place and get drunk with my father. You're going to watch The Quiet Man and eat corned beef and cabbage, as is our tradition. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Let's take some of that damage off. Go. Chop that out. I love cabbage. It is superior to lettuce. I find cabbage spicy. I'm cutting this at an angle. That's not good. What I've been doing already. Here we're just preparing cabbage quarters. And we're going to be chopping up some, and I did it again, some carrots. Admittedly, they're baby carrots. but carrots nonetheless. Sláinte. Love me my Guinness. Now, how's Trap doing today, guys? How you doing? Anybody got any fun plans besides either getting or have already imbibed a large amount of alcohol? Eating great food with their family, or perhaps other related festivities? Zurg, do you want some water with your whiskey? When I drink water, I drink water. And when I drink whiskey, I drink whiskey. It is a quote from the movie The Quiet Man, where Micheline Og Finn is visiting with Maureen O'Hara's character to try and set up a matchmaking, because he came as the Shackalorn, the matchmaker. And he is also the town drunk. And he asked, is there a drop of anything wet in the house? And she comes with a bottle of whiskey. And he pours himself a very tall glass of whiskey. And Maureen O'Hara's character exclaims, would you like a little bit of water with your whiskey? And he exclaims, when I drink water, I drink water. And when I drink whiskey, I drink whiskey. I also have a light out in my kitchen. So it's a wee bit dark. I want to see if this came out. I have a little penguin ice cube mold. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's cute. Ooh, nice. It's a little more dew. Enjoy your bath, little one. I'm very surprised at how well that ice cube came out, though. I need to figure out how to make clearer ice. Slancha. Ooh, that's good. Now, for the potatoes. Start with hot water. Okay. What's taters, precious? Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Ice Cube's holding up pretty well, though. It still looks vaguely penguin-y shaped. So why does hot water work, Willie? This is a good vibe. Also, thanks you, Diggs, for the subscription to Epidemic Sounds, that all members of the WBPL are allowed to utilize. Ever notice how the outside is clear and the center is cloudy? Yes, I do. They're slightly green. Look at how green that is. Right. No, I'm not. I am early because I just wanted to make sure that the corned beef cooked properly. But yes, DST sucks. We had this conversation last week with Mr. Puzzle from Arizona. Don't eat green potatoes, people. Like, a little bit is okay, but with how green these are and how many that I'm going to be putting in, yeah, no. Yeah, potatoes related to nightshade. Perfectly safe to eat, except when they go to seed. Even then, you just gotta shave them a little. Well, today, we have a special guest. Hello, hello, come here. Hello, come here. Hello, Miss Pepper. Come here. Come here, Miss Pepper. Come here. Pepper. No. No. If she comes back, I will introduce you all to the Corgo that is Pepper. She has gotten very sweet. You know what? Come back out here, bag. That's enough potatoes. I will use the rest of these for a hash brown at some point. Perhaps I made too many vegetables. Perhaps I should have only done one head of cabbage. Perhaps a lot of things. So you all saw the tags. Mistakes will be made. L'chaim. All right, let's reacquaint ourselves with Sir Reginald Mixington III, or the Fourth. Yes. Pepper, come here. Pepper, Pepper. Pepper, come here. Pepper. Here, Pepper. Not a Pepper, but a Watson. Here you go. So, according to Better Homes, this recipe needs 2 cups of flour, what dropped? One teaspoon floof powder. Call it floof powder because it goes floof. Grimos, do not terror or do not Wi-Fi the die. Floof. teaspoon of floof soda. What is this? It is sodium bicarbonate. And the floof soda, or the floof powder, cornstarch, sodium bicarbonate, sodium and aluminum sulfate, monocalcium phosphate. Okie dokie. So long, Bowser. Alrighty. Get that mixing. 3 teaspoons of butter cut. Perhaps do this a little smartly. Pastry cutter that I bought a couple of years ago to do this with you all. Hey Cow, how's it going? How's you and the missus? And the little bun? I am so happy for you guys that everything has worked out, or seems to be working out. Hello. Hello. I am looking forward to that final product, man. Like, I'm surprised that it seems to work as well as it is. here we are making Irish soda bread. And I am trying to get the butter to incorporate perhaps I should use the other hook. Yes, I will use the other hook. There we go! Hello, Pepper! Come here, Pepper! She is very wary of what is happening in here. Yes, I like that a lot more. Now, we need an egg. One egg. And 3/4 of a cup of sour milk juice. I'm just using buttermilk. To your health. Ah! Nah! Yum yum. Great drinking! It's thick, sour milk. Like, I don't know how to describe buttermilk better. It's thick and tangy. Uh-oh. I was wondering where that steam was coming from. And I have initiated the process of regretting my life decision and drinking an entire glass of buttermilk. And then it's oddly sweet on the back end, which is wild. What does my oven have to go to? 350, 375. I was wondering what was making that noise. Sir Reginald Mixington, you've done it again. Let's give you a need. Ah, yes, that is very good. Alright, over the teeth, past the teeth and over the gums, look out the stomach, here it comes! This is needed. The buttermilk is needed because of its acidic content to activate the flufening. Hello, Pepper. How you doing, girl? Yeah, the ATF is, let you brew all the, beer and wine you want. As soon as you start distilling spirits, something happens. Unless you get a tax stamp. And then apparently anything's legal with a tax stamp. Alrighty. That's a nice loaf. One technical wheel called ice distill. Freeze the water off, remove it, leaving the alcohol behind. It has its limits. A little bit of sugar. And then what else do I need to do with this? One beaten egg key. We're very knowledgeable about booze. You and Ether should get together, Apocalypse. I think I named him the Booze Wizard. Because all he did at his first meetup was make people old fashions. Then he has proceeded to do more cursed shit since. Such as trying to find a way to make Malort palatable. Hello! Welcome! Welcome, Luna. How are you doing on this fine St. Patrick's Day? Apocalypse, I understand that mythology. I once said the same thing about my work as well. Why does this sound Asian? Because it is. No. Perhaps it needed to be a small egg. Kitchen timer 3500. 50 minutes per pound. And it's a 3-pound roast. And I started at 1:30. It's 12:30. Okay, so it's 1 hour into its cooking. Irish. Possibly. We know that on my dad's side, I am British and Scottish. But given the area in which we have traced our family and the history around the family we have discovered, it is quite possibly that one relative or another lived or married an Irish person. Oh, yes. Shall we just say I appreciate the culture, if I am not? My ancestry is, on my mother's side, I am Polish, Austrian, Lithuanian, and Italian. On my father's side, I am English, Scottish, and French Canadian. Possibly with some Irish mixed in there. Oh yes. Look at that big, beautiful roast. It's got about another 2 hours to go, but let's start adding some stuff to it. And perhaps also taking out some of the juice as we do. Or, you know, it strikes me. I could just use my big pot. I should have just used my big pot. Luna, I am an amateur chef. I do not claim to be professional in any way. I am just a random dude who likes cooking, and in our community, I am the only one that has decided to do a cooking show. Hey, Digi! According to family lore, my father's ancestors trace back to the Mongols. They rode with both Genghis Khan and Vlad Tepes. Yeah! Hell yeah! Enthusiastic home cook, that's me! Slancha, to people knowing their history. Oh god, I love cabbage. He thinks I may have made a mistake.
There we go. Ugh.
Where do I put it? Right here. There we go. And now my penguin is all gone, and I just have, like, cold water in my fire water. Wow. I can barely speak Spanish. Oh, come on. Oh, it's all just Scandinavian. Okay, we just hit Scandinavian folk. Interesting. No, at my gas station, we regularly get Hispanic workers coming in and getting everything. Sometimes they don't speak good English, so I know enough Spanish to get through transactions. Hola, ¿es todo? Sí, ¿cuánto? 17.21 centavos. Necesito una bolsa. Sí, señor. Aquí. ¿Necesita recibo? ¿No? ¿Está bien? Hasta mañana, buen día. That is the extent of my Spanish. It's kind of a necessity when, like, in the morning half of your customers are Spanish. It always feels really good when, or Mexican or Honduranian or, gosh, wherever they come from, they're all really cool people. They're all really cool people who are just here to work. They're just people, you know? Nothing to hate on. Just people trying to get by. But yeah, no. It's just life and what I've learned. But it feels really fun. It's really fun for me when they come back the next day and they start, like whenever I went to a new store for a couple of days and they saw me a few days in a row and they'd be like, "Ah, amigo, ¿cómo estás? ¿Está bien? ¿Está bien?" And building a rapport with them, because they are, oh my god, hilarious people, and I always enjoyed working with them. Go get the tractor ready! Yay! I'll smell like diesel the rest of the frickin' day. Oh no! Okay, that's just the bottom of that burning. Ah, yes. Hello. Okay, we are back. Grimos, quit passing on your internet troubles. It's not cool. Did the music stop? There we go. Uh-oh. Little rubber foot on my thing just broke. That's brilliant. I may need to contact Diggs about acquiring a new thing. Unless it's at all possible to repair that. In other news, Sancha. Alright. Most unglorious. Let's see if I can't sing this. Oh, come tell me, Shan O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush, my buckle, hush and listen, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get you ready quick and soon, for the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, for the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. Oh, come tell me, Shan O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be. At the old spot by the river, quite well known to you and me. One more word for signal token, whistle out the marching tune, with your pike upon your shoulder by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, with your pike upon your shoulder by the rising of the moon. Out from many a mud wall cabin eyes were watching through the night. Many a manly heart was beating for the blessed morning light. Murmurs rang along the valleys to the banshee's lowly croon, and 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, and 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. All along that singing river, that black mass of men were seen, high above their shining weapons to their own beloved green. Death to every foe and traitor, whistle out the marching tune, and hurrah, my boy, for freedom by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, for the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, with your pike must be together, for your pike upon your shoulder by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, and 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, for the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, and hurrah, my boy, for freedom at the rising of the moon. I actually really like that. I actually really like that song. It is a very good song. Irish music is... the aggressive fish or the big spear. I don't think it matters to Irish history. Like, both will just put up a big fight. You need to get the wide Tom clapping emote. I wasn't parched, I had spit in my mouth that I couldn't get rid of. But no, I've found that Irish music is at once extolling the virtue and beauty of the countryside, and also a call for lack of a better term, glorifying rebellion, which, given much of Irish history, I understand. They have been very mistreated by other powers in the local area. But I do like The Rising of the Moon. It's a very good song. I'm glad I was able to help you with that. Inspired by the High Kings a little bit with that group. My aunt, family friend who goes back a long ways with my mom, so we call her Aunt, introduced me to the Arrogant Worms, and fantastic. Any other Irish songs that I probably know but need to look up the lyrics to that you guys are requesting? Have a good day at work.
I'll try. Peace out.
No, I know that the Irish national soccer team, for example, I know that the Irish national soccer team is made up of players both from Ireland and British Northern Ireland. And because of that, at every game that the Irish national soccer team plays at, they play two national anthems. They play they play a Ranam Fuin, a soldier song, which is the national anthem of Ireland, and I think it's called "O Ireland" or something like that. But it's the unofficially official anthem of Northern Ireland. I wish Toilet Obliterator was here, as he is from Ulster, I believe, from Northern Ireland. and he could explain a bit more of the context. But the more that I've looked into reading about the Troubles and recent Irish past, and also long past, it's no wonder that the songs are what they are. The songs of a nation reflect its history. And I can't imagine any other nation for which this is more true than Ireland. Many of the ballads are about how lovely the country is, about how raucous the people are, and about how contentious their cohabitation for demonetization reasons are with neighboring powers. It's my heart goes out to Ireland. I really, really, really want to visit Ireland at some point in my life. Just, it seems a beautiful country with an amazing history, with lovely people. I don't know how I got all sentimental on this. Anybody got any song suggestions for me? Any Irish tunes that I can look up the lyrics to and perhaps try and sing? That's hot water. I just double checked to make sure that it was actually, like, very hot. And yes, indeed it is. Flogging Molly, absolutely fantastic band. Unless they do traditional Irish folk, I probably won't be able to do any of their stuff because, what is it? Must it take a life for hateful eyes to glisten once again? I can't remember that song. 500 years like gel ignite have blown us all to hell. What Savior rests while on his cross we die, while forgotten freedom burns. The shepherd led his lambs astray to the bigots and the gun. Must it take a life for hateful eyes to glisten once again? 'Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. Whiskey in the jar. Excuse me a little bit while I familiarize myself with the melody because I know the song. Metallica did a cover of it. Okay, let's... As I was going over the Cork and Kerry mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. At first produced my pistols, and then produced me rapier. I said, stand and deliver, for he was a bold deceiver. Mush-a-ring-da-maroo-da-mara. Whack for Metalio, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I took all of his money, and it was a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket, and I brought it home to Jenny. She sighed and swore that she never would deceive me. But devil take the woman, for they never can be easy. Chorus, mush-a-ring-da-maroo-da-mara. Whack for the daddy-o. Whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went into me chamber, all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, and for it sure it was a wonder. For Jenny drew me charges, and she filed them up the water, and sent for Captain Farrell to be ready at the slaughter. Mush-a-ring-da-maroo-da-mara. Whack for the daddy-o. Whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. 'Twas early in the morning, just before I rose to travel. Up came a band of footmen, and likewise Captain Farrell. So at first produced me pistol, for she stole away me rapier. But I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Whack for the daddy-o. No. Mush-a-ring-da-maroo-da-mara. Whack for the daddy-o. Whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Mush-a-ring-da-maroo-da-mara. Whack for the daddy-o. Whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Sorry? If anyone can aid me, it's my brother in the army, and if I can find his station in Cork or in Killarney, and if he'd go with me, we'd go roving through Kilkenny, and I'm sure he'd treat me better than me darling sporting Jenny. Mush-a-ring-da-maroo-da-mara. Whack for the daddy-o. Whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Oh my. Look at that. Diggs! Hello! How you doing, Diggs? That looks like a very good loaf of bread. Let me see if I can't adjust the time on my appliances. I have no idea what I did. Okay, I set the times. Thank you, everyone, for enjoying my music. Here we are. And how long does it say to rest? Cool on a rack. Well, unfortunately, I do not have one. Hi diddly ho, friendaloon. How you doing, Rail? Cheers to you, my friend. I've returned from filling the crabfin. Nice. German. Could you please tell me what the what crabfin is? I saw you talk about that. Serving sake warm was a trick used to mask the flavors of bad sake. Premium sakes these days are usually served chilled. Interesting! That is interesting! That's very interesting. I do like sake. I do like warm sake though. It's very good. Ah, filled donut ball. Which is where the famous JFK quote, Ich bin ein Berliner, came from. German, I'm sure that you can tell us the proper words to be used, but he meant Ich bin ein Berliner as in I am a Berliner. But the words that he actually used and in the grammar that he used means I am a jelly donut, right? Okay, 12:30 to 1:20. 1:20 to 10. Jesus Christ, what am I going to do to fill an hour of time? That does sound delicious, though. I really do not have anything else planned. Rail, you do know that whenever I have made rice balls on stream, I've made the joke about making jelly donuts, right? Oh, okay. So then people have just taken it to mean it's just that poor translations make him to the jelly donut. Ooh. Oh, God, that smells so good. Matcha cake. No, I believe you took it with you, Mo. Nein, ich tun von Friegen Stuffenhausen. I thought it was just gibberish that sounded German. It's like saying, oh. It's like saying you're a New Yorkian, but people translate it to mean New York style pizza. Okay. So people just taking the piss out of JFK. He's Googling, it actually means no, I'm just looking for peace and quiet. I apparently strung together a legit German sentence on accident. Happens to the best of us, German. Rail. Rail, please. What is today's dad joke of the? What is the dad joke of the day, Rail? Achtung, alles Tristan. I'm not even gonna pretend. I saw the potato. I see an AVE fan here. What did the lawyer name his daughter? Sue. Alright, let's give this a taste. That's very good. That is very good bread. Although perhaps carried more by the Kerrygold butter than anything. Very good. That's perhaps the best loaf of soda bread I've done yet. Really adds flavor and cholesterol. So, fun story about Kerrygold butter. Nowadays, it's known as really high quality Irish butter. Like, oh my god, You got Kerrygold, you got the good stuff. Back in the day, it was just butter made in Ireland. It was the same as Land O'Lakes, as whatever you get from the supermarket. It was just butter. But they marketed it and lied and said, oh my god, it's high quality. It's amazing. It's so good. And people, namely Americans, bought it the up. Because, oh, something foreign? Something good? I'm gonna be fancy and buy the foreign thing. And then Kerrygold, instead of continuing on with the lie that they're just plain normal butter, is actually in fact high quality, they took all that money and invested it in making the butter actually high quality. So they lied until it was true. Yes, they legit faked it until they made it. They lied until it was true and then made sure it stayed its way. And it's very good butter. It's got this creamy sweetness to it that I just don't find in like Land O'Lakes or store-bought generic supermarket butter. Like, I remember the steak and potatoes day that I made. On that day that I made steak and potatoes way back in the day, from which Tex took a clip of me slamming the Fiesta pail down and asking what madness are we going to cook today, that's immortalized in the Hunchback video. I put a pat of Kerrygold butter on that steak while it was resting. And that was a very good steak. I'm gonna have to go back to that butcher and get another steak at some point because I want to try that again. That was a very good ribeye. And I'm gonna have some more bread. Nein, ik wil een... Ik wil nu in Ruhe en Frieden gelassen werden. Or if you want something a native would say, nein, lass mas in de Ruhe. Alright. Checking boys. What you got? I may need to put that in my girl deck. That's legitimately a very good card. I don't really have many landfall triggers, but it's a good card. And just like sometimes a good card is... Uh-oh! Emergency. Emergency abated. Ooh, I made a compound butter a while ago with a bunch of benito and black garlic in it. Kept it wrapped up in the freezer and chop a coin off, put on a steak. Amazing. Ooh. Dry aged Brussels sprouts like I do. And stir them in. Oh, we got a follow! Hello, thank you. Leb Machine, thank you for the follow. You've kind of come at the tail end of cooking. Behind this sign on my oven is my pot of corned beef and cabbage because my tabletop skillet cooker thing is it just broke. So I'm going to need to talk to our producer about getting another. Hey, what's the Craig? Happy St. Patty's Day. I don't go back to you. Absolutely. Stir, like I do, and stir for them one at a time. See the difference. Do you need more Malort? What kind of emergency? Can it be solved by more booze? Yes, it can be. Last VFC video I did opened with the microsurgeon game paging me for by name. The downside is easy enough to get around. While it allows for a few neat strategies, landfall is the most notable, but I like how it gets around the downside of City of Traders. Just remember to play it as the last land each turn and bounce it back at the end of turn. Rail, what is your tactical decision? I hate the smell of corned beef and cabbage, but Fox made it as a tradition of eating it on St. Patrick's Day. What's everyone drinking? I have Guinness, Tullamore Dew, and Jameson. I'm going to have a little bit of Jameson. Just a finger or two. This is, ooh, I forgot that this isn't normal Jameson. This is why it's special. This is Stout Edition. Finished in, I believe, Guinness barrels. Come to the Aux, let your madness interface with our own. More Malort, gotcha. Alright. Now, while that settles it, I'm going to get some Guinness after the stream. Water on my end. She seems to have forgot. She seems to have forgot, so I've reminded her, sacrificing my good smells for her happiness. Boo. Where's the Malort? Not here. Don't forget the buttermilk, sir. So there's a telecom phone signal, and every VFC, someone calling me microsignal, I was pinging me. You were drinking that earlier. Yes, I was. Captain Morgan and Coke. Very good. I picked up like, yes, sir, this is Dr. Levin. What's the emergency? Very good. You know, perhaps I shouldn't have done all of those potatoes and the second head of cabbage. But, sue me. I'm not a fan of alcohol. I drink, but it averages out to maybe a drink every 2 months. You're fine. You're fine. Remos, like, I don't force anyone to drink. I know my limits. This is a special occasion, so I let loose a little bit. So it's fine. My rule is, I will offer you a drink, and if you refuse, I may playfully give you some shit about it, but I will respect your decision. Yeah, I did not see Rail drink at all, and no one gave him shit for it. Anyway, Jameson Stout Edition. That's probably a 4-year-old bottle of whiskey that I've been nursing, occasionally doing a finger or two. Use what I brought you to the meetup for an example of BPL shenanigans. Excuse me. Ooh, that's good fire. That's good, strong, stouty fire. Yes, we do. Rail, please remind me what you brought, because for the life of me, I cannot remember. What did I bring? A few grams of Maker's Mark mint julep left in the bottle. Only ones that may make once a year with green wax. Ooh. That was not Tex. That was not Tex. I was just pouring shots because it was funny. No, yes. Not Tex of the BPL brought a literal plastic gas can full of actual legit moonshine to the meetup. And it was good. Like, you could start an engine with it, but it was good. Like, even Ether was impressed with it. I can neither confirm nor deny, due to American liquor laws, if it was home distilled. All I know is that he brought it. to see if I can't give this another 20-odd minutes. I need a bit more bread. I need something to soak up all of the alcohol that I have just consumed. Slancha. Alright, because it's quick and this isn't entirely shitified, and I'm also hungry, and I need something to quickly soak up the alcohol, we're gonna make an omelet. Just to keep cooking, you know, keep the momentum. Whisking an egg! Whisking an egg. I am whisking an egg. Because I am hungry. And slightly intoxicated. Well within my limits. And I will not exceed them on stream. I am still fully functional. And not about to violate any TOS. There we are. And here we go. Doc's doing it live. Good bread. Oh no! Apocalypse! Have fun. I will enjoy the beef corns. I really wish that I would have also picked up some, Killian's Irish Red. Because one of my favorite beer cocktails is half Killian's Irish Red, half Guinness. And it's called a Blacksmith. Or, no, not Killian's. Smittix. Spelled Smithwick, but pronounced Smittick. It's called a Blacksmith, and it's very good. Whether or not that's because it's a combination of two very good things, or it is good on its own, it's very good. Trying to melt this butter and get it foamy. Old Speckled Hen. Mo, please, what is Old Speckled Hen? Side beef. Oh, everybody! Speaking of beef, pay no attention to the man in front of the camera. Mr. Tex asked for my address and said, "Hey, you still live here?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Very good." And I said, "Concern." He said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "Okay." 2 days later, a package arrived. And what happened when I what did I happen upon it when I opened it but beef. Walnut Creek Foods beef. Canned beef. Somehow the phrase "don't worry about it" intensifies concern. You do not know how right you are. No, my windows are closed, and I love the smell. Now you feel a quarter of what I feel some days. It's probably fine. Alright. Time to make an omelet. That's some foamy butter, maybe. Three eggs, dash of salt, a little bit of floof powder. 3 tablespoons of foamy butter. Now, I should be using chopsticks for this, but I have found that I suck cooking with chopsticks. I bought corned beef instead of I said canned beef instead of corned beef by mistake once. I made it work, but that batch of corned beef hash was not quite as good. Uh-oh. Thankfully, most cats are very well behaved, if a little mischievous. Uh-oh. I blame the Guinness. I did not. I did not see Storm stream yesterday. What happened in Storm stream yesterday? Not enough Guinness. You're right. Well, this omelet has completely destroyed itself. let's not touch that with my bare fucking hand. Water break. What is this clip?
For it.
Oh, and just let it be known, we're not sorry.
Marge! For it.
Oh, and just let it be known, we're not sorry.
Marge!
Holly?
What?
Mistress
In
Marge.
the
Punisher Pal.
fuck?
Divas of Destruction.
What? In
Whip
the
my cream. Don't
unholy-
spare the rod.
I,
No!
My sack of mutton.
I,
Glue is something you earn, slug. What have you done for us lately?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine two professionals in a
Samurai just redeemed a pet.
I want you to imagine two
For it.
Why is that a BDSM cow? I'm redeeming the eye break first because, oh god, why? Then I am redeeming the stretch. And the water break. And now I must go to the bathroom. Is someone there? Or has someone redeemed some, things on stream? Oh, I also never started the music back up. Grimos has given me a floofy dog. I enjoy the floofy dog, Grimos. Let me go pet the Watson. Hey, Watson, Watson. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. Look, it's the Watson. I hope you enjoyed that. He's very patted on the head. And now he wants more. He's just like, why you abandoned me? He's looking at me like, you asshole. Come cuddle. This household revolves around him. Anyway, omelet time. Why sriracha? Because I'm an adult and I make my own decisions. That's a good omelet. That's good egg. I can, and I will, cook for you, should you find me. Because I'll feed all you fuckers. Very good omelet. What time is it? I put that in. 12:45. 1:35. 2:35. I'm gonna see if I can't give it until 10. It is a threat and a promise. You find me, I will feed you. I'll feed you too. Gosh darn, I'll feed you all. No, I just love this fucking oven mitt. Like, look at him. He's got so many arms, and he's just like, I'll feed all of you. It's one of the best things I ever found. And in fact, I did feed a lot of the Legion at the meetup. You all saw that episode. With Ducks and Tall Whacker and Short Mo, we fed a lot of people. I am very thankful for Crow for being the amazing cinematographer that he is. Or at least more competent than me. He is an amazingly humble person if you meet him face to face. He is incredibly humble. He is like the definition of a don't worry about it person. He's just a dude. And that's what I love about the Legion and the Auxiliary. We're just dudes. Even the ladies, you're just dudes. Even the people who don't assign themselves to the spectrum, you're just dudes. We're all just dudes. We're all just people trying to get along. That's a good omelet. I also haven't had anything to eat all day besides a loaf of bread. So, perhaps I shouldn't have been drinking as heavily as I was, but That's a mistake for adults to make. What era of cartoons is that? I just said a thing, and I don't know what reference you picked up from that. No, I've talked about it before. That was entirely not what I wanted to do. Perhaps I should not drink much anymore. In fact, that is what I will do. No, but I've talked about that before, Rail. I'm also a 90s kid, perhaps not as, versed as you are. Excuse me. But it triggers my member berries, but I can't point towards which cartoon it's from. Kenan and Key. Okay. What was I saying about this? Yes. Big Seth is a lawyer. We have multiple engineers. We have a legitimate doctor in Dr. Psydoc. Whatever Tex is. And we have many, many people in very, very prestigious professions. And then I compare myself to them. And I'm just a fucko who likes to cook and works at a gas station. And sometimes I get imposter syndrome about why I'm around here. And then I realize, a couple of minutes later, that we're all just people sharing a love of not having to give up about anything. Which is a fantastic ethos to build a community around. Thank you, Rail. I know I'm good people. It's just sometimes I don't think I'm good people. Alright. Still washing. Yes, it technically is. Steam! Ow! Ow! What the fuck? Oh, that. Not the other thing. There we go. Alright. I don't think you were gaming. We could see your Steam on that stream. Fuck off. Ah! Lovely. You know what? I'm gonna do this on camera, and not with my back towards you all, like a good TV chef. And you guys can see the steam coming off of that now. Whew. Yes, the extra head of cabbage was not a good idea. Is it... Why did the music stop? I did at the beginning of the stream. Ah! My potatoes! I don't know if I've said this or not this stream. I was thinking it in relation to Rail's comment about him not liking the smell of cabbage. But corned beef and cabbage is my favorite meal, holiday meal of the year, more so than Christmas or Thanksgiving. I love corned beef and cabbage. I legitimately cannot get enough of it. Ah! Oh no! Okay, so for my Italian family, my Italian great-grandmother, whenever she made corned beef and cabbage, she said that you would know it's done when you stick a fork in it and it slides the heck off. It seems to me that fork is, oh, there it goes. There we go. And now, to doubly check that it's done, I have a meat thermometer. And that goes right up to... yeah, 190, that's good. Leery of cooking from my grandparents' generation, thanks to his cooking method of boil the fuck out of it. Boil until the sawdust starts tasting like everything else. Yeah, that is a tried and true European cooking method, but you fail to think about adding the newly available spices into the mix. I inherited several old-timey recipes, old-timey cookbooks from my grandparents, and there are some real problematic stuff sprinkled in. Like Jello molds. Alrighty. Clarice, where are you? You're right here. Why am I doing this? I like to save some of the juice. Now that I've saved some of the juice, we strain. Howdy, UNC. How be the Harpo and no, like slurs, I, as a history major, have to do follow-up research on. Well, like, everything into submersion does render food safe, so I assume it's a hangover from before refrigerated and food standards. You may have heard of this as redacted, and I'm just like, no, thank gods I haven't. Oh my god. All that for a few morsels of carrots. Sue me, I like carrots. Get off of there. Alright, let's get cutting. My God, I am so happy. Doc has a very happy. There we go. Oh, when did you open? Because I opened you. We are going to have a wonderful time. Yes, I understand that you're done washing. I appreciate that. Oh, man. Oh, man. You guys, I am restraining my excitement, but you guys have no idea how happy I am to be eating this. Hello. How was my St. Patrick's Day? You tell me. I am very happy, and I have a plate of corned beef and cabbage with some very good Irish soda bread right beside. Should I... what time is it? I shall. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my last one. I promise you, this is the last Guinness. I mean, I have more in the fridge, but on camera, this is my last one. Sláinte. Delicious. More water. Alrighty. Let's get eating, shall we? That is an entirely, some might say, too big portion of cabbage, and to that I shall say, frick right off. I'm gonna eat it. The cabbage. Alright, the corned beef. So good. The potato with some salt, pepper, and Kerrygold butter. Very good. Very good. Yes, it is St. Paddy's Day today. The cabbage. Oh. Oh my god. So, all of that raw spiciness has disappeared. And now it's just sweet. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Some carrots. Very good. Very, very good. I am so happy with this. I am so happy that this turned out well. So, quick aside as to the history of St. Paddy's Day and corned beef and cabbage. So, back in the day, the Irish immigrants, when they came to America, a lot of them settled in New York. What is also a rather large ethnic population in New York? The Jewish communities. So, back in Ireland, the traditional thing to eat on St. Paddy's Day is boiled bacon and potatoes. Bacon. And potatoes. What is something that, as a rule, the Jewish community does not consume? Pork products. What is bacon? A pork product. So when the Irish came to America, fleeing the famine, war, whatever troubles that they were fleeing from, and St. Patrick's Day came around, those of them who lived in New York, where did they go? They went to the Jewish delis. What could they find there? Bacon. What could they find? Corned beef. Which I believe at the time was a cheaper meat product. So, as the Jewish people immigrated further into America, they took with them this newfound tradition of corned beef and cabbage. And so now, American St. Patrick's Day is corned beef and cabbage. But Irish St. Patrick's Day is still traditionally bacon and potatoes, which is slowly being Americanized by the prevalence of the internet and cross-cultural exchanges. Yes, oxtail and lobster were once the cheaper cuts of meat, deemed too tough or unpalatable for the upper or the upper crust palates. And now people who grew up on eating cheaper, grew up or developed tastes for them as children with them being cheap, are now being priced out as people are just like, oh, this is amazing, all I gotta do is stew it. Loaf of bread for 5 cents, yes. So, this is about as Irish as apple pie, which is not at all. Is it a neat story as to the as to the integration of the Irish people into American culture? Yes. I love it so much. That's why I don't do conspiracy theories, because I know too much about these topics. Why is lobster expensive? Because they convinced us to pay for it. I need to go to the bathroom really quick. To show you to the people. Hey, sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Apparently Pepper doesn't want to meet you all. Thing about conspiracy theories is it's usually the boring ones that end up being true, and also population explosion and the ability to transport food over long distance. Oxtails I brought up because it's recent. 10 years ago they were cheaper. A century ago you wouldn't see much lobster outside of the northeast coastal areas. It's true. Yes. Very good. Lovely. I'm going to pause and clear out the epidemic sounds. YouTube. Ooh. I can't believe that updated. There we go. History. So, I'm going to call it here for the evening, folks. So that I can drink the rest of my drink, eat my food, and be sober enough to travel to my parents' house, where I will have more corned beef and cabbage. And I will end tonight not with the national anthem of Cargonia, but with the national anthem of Ireland, which I will attempt to sing along with, like I did at the beginning. I know the words. Barely. I am going to sing this poorly in Gaelic. Niag far van Shiran nach van Schal Anak da hens Varna wel Kumana welken But no sin Astray Nilamak na bile Shidan the Kani Goran Get back to work, everybody. See you later.